CG Flyer back with another YouTube video. We're going to be talking about some G League this morning. Bronny James playing his first G League game with the South Bay Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers sent down to the G League Bronny as well as Maxwell Lewis and what's his name? Where is he at? Jalen Hood-Schifino. There you go. So Bronny James, second most minutes played on the team. You would think, okay, he's probably going to put up some decent stats. Obviously, he has not been overwhelmingly spectacular with the Los Angeles Lakers. Let's just call it that. But yeah, he had a bit of a stinker of a game. 2 of 10 from the field, 0 of 5 from 3, 5 turnovers, only scoring the 6 points. That being said, I don't want to just sit here and trash Bronny and he's the worst, doesn't belong, yada yada, because a lot of people are going to say that anyways. I want to point out some positives, okay? First of all, he did have a couple steals in this game, and I'll link his highlights, or a video to some of his highlights in the description. He had some moments where it's like, okay, it looks like he actually belongs out there, Like, he's not just, it's not like a Make-A-Wish kid out there just throwing up shots and everyone's cheering him on. No, I mean, it's, he's got some potential there. It's just, personally, I feel like he probably should have stayed in college for a year or two longer. Obviously, the whole point of rushing to get him into the league was to have the spectacle of him and LeBron being the first father-son duo to play together in NBA history, which I still think is really cool, despite the fact that, Bronny is really not NBA ready at this point. I think that kind of goes without saying, but yeah. A lot of people, too, just saying, like, oh, LeBron's forced this to happen, which, yes, he has had a hand in making this happen. But the way I look at it is not so much like Bronny's being forced to do this against his will. I see this more as like it's more like, when the dad is the high school basketball coach and gives his son the most minutes on the team kind of situation, and really wants him to be the best player, but in reality, he's probably not going to be the best player. So that's what I think's going on here. I think it's good that at least they're willing to send him down to the G League, play a few games down there, get some reps playing against lower level talent, if you will. So I think there's still potential, that things could turn out okay for Bronny. Maybe he has like a 10-year career in the NBA or something. I mean, likely he's probably going to end up going overseas at some point, I would imagine. But, you just never know with these things. Again, I think he's got the potential. I think it's just a number of coincidences. One, the hard issues at the beginning of the season with USC last year didn't bode well for him. And I also think just him being forced into the league a little bit too early for his growth, just kind of stunting his growth a bit as far as the basketball development side of things. It's not like he's the shortest player on the court. Like, there's other players that are around his height or shorter. It's not like he's not athletic. He can throw it down. It's not like he can't shoot. Like, yeah, he's got a lot of bad games like this, but he can definitely hit threes, like NBA range threes in practice. So, I don't know. I think there's still a chance for him to have a decent career. I'm not going to just sit here and just start trashing on him for the sake of trashing on him. There's plenty of people doing that already, and I don't think it's a very positive thing here. So, it's not ruining the Los Angeles Lakers' chances for future franchise success having him on the G League team. Like, let's be honest, most guys taken at the 55th pick of the draft, they're usually out of the league within a year or two anyways, or just not even on the main roster. They have very little influence on a franchise's success. So I don't see this as necessarily a bad thing. I think it's great that LeBron's still going to these games to support him. Him and his wife. Again, it's just giving me vibes of the like high school coach. High school coach is the dad and is trying to push his son along to be the best that he can be, kind of thing. And perhaps there's a bit of nepotism there, and that's just how it's going here. But this time it's on the NBA level. So let me know what you think about that in the comments down below. And getting into yesterday's games, We got quite a few of these wrong, actually. We've been doing predictions every day for those of you that are new to the channel. So yesterday we had the Spurs winning, the Hawks winning, the Cavs winning, and then I had the Raptors getting the upset, and they barely missed the mark, losing by 2 points there. Bulls winning by quite a bit, and the Jazz winning by a point in San Antonio. Cleveland continues their monstrous start. What is that? 11 and 0? Yeah, 11 and 0, not 12 and 0. 11 and 0. So getting into today's games and making these predictions, we got Rockets and Pistons to start things out. I'm definitely leaning towards the Pistons on this one, just being at home. Celtics, Bucks. I'm just going to keep picking against the Bucks here. Knicks and Pacers. Geez, man, this one's actually kind of tough. Knicks obviously had the huge win against the Pacers recently in Madison Square Garden. Could the Pacers turn it around and get a win at home? I think so. Let's see. Wizards and Magic. One more thing about this Knicks Pacers game. I know the Pacers have issues with their depth at the big position. But right now, so do the Knicks, so that's not really an issue. Wizards and Magic. I know the Magic have been struggling a lot, but it's against the Wizards, and it's at home. So we got to give it to the Magic despite Paolo being out. Hornets and Sixers. I think the Sixers will win this one. They've been struggling recently. They have the worst record in the NBA right now. But it's at home against the Hornets, so we can only hope. Actually, let's go ahead, look at the standings on that one. Let me pull up the standings here. So yes, 76ers 1-7, Jazz are 2-7, Raptors 2-8, Bucks 2-7. So yeah, Sixers are at the worst all-time record. I'm assuming it's probably not the worst all-time. They probably had a similar start during the quote-unquote process. But playing against the Hornets, and the Hornets actually have a pretty decent record. Maybe I'm underrating the Hornets here. They have gotten off to a pretty solid start. But that being said, I don't know. Sixers, is Embiid back yet, or is it tomorrow? I'm trying to remember. I don't think Embiid's back yet today. So, I'm getting wishy-washy on this one. Let's go Hornets. Let's go Hornets on that one. Heat and Timberwolves. Probably going Timberwolves at home. Warriors, Thunder. Warriors have been on a tear. This is actually like a battle for best in the West, I think, at this point. If we go back to the standings, this is going to be, if Thunder win this one, they got the best record in the West, assuming the Suns don't also win. And the Suns are going to start losing games now that Durant's out. So, Thunder and Warriors, since the Thunder are at home, and honestly, the Thunder are a better team. I think the Thunder are a better team, but we'll see. Mavs, Nuggets. Luka's questionable, and I know anyone that's followed the Mavs for the past couple years always says questionable Luka is the best Luka, but let's also keep in mind P.J. Washington's out, Derek Lively's out, Maxi's out. I'm taking Nuggets on this one. Kings and Suns. Let's go. Shoot, let's have Kings getting the upset. Grizzlies and Blazers. We'll go with the Grizzlies. Raptors, Lakers. I really badly want to take the Raptors with no justification at all. Lakers had a huge win a couple days ago against Sixers, and Raptors just played yesterday. So probably not the best decision to take the Raptors after a very tough battle last night. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Lakers on this. And then, of course, we like to compare this to the FanDuel Sportsbook betting odds. I'm not promoting them or encouraging that you use them. I'm not partner affiliated with any sports gambling or sports betting website. If you're going to do it responsibly. I'm just sharing my opinion, and I think it's fun to compare. And right now, the tally that we have, we're down 2 games to FanDuel. We're not choosing these based on over/under. We're just choosing, winner loser type of thing. So we had some good runs. We had November 1st was a fun day. We got all of them right, and the FanDuel Sportsbook betting odds were not always right. So fun stuff, really fun stuff. So let's see what we are looking at today. Bring up the odds here. We got Houston favored. I'm not surprised by that. We got Boston favored, not surprised. Knicks favored, not surprised. The Magic favored by 10. That's a bigger margin than I expected. Philadelphia is favored at home, and we're picking Charlotte. We've flipped on that. Minnesota favored at home. Oklahoma City favored at home. Denver favored at home. Sacramento favored by 1 point. Memphis favored by 1 point. And the Lakers favored by double digits. Let me know what you think about the predictions in the comments down below. What do you think about Bronny James? Does he even have a chance at having any kind of a career once his dad is retired from the league? Let me know in the comments down below, and click one of the videos on your screen right now for some more NBA discussion.